Park Lodge Hotel Group is a proud sponsor of Style and Glamour by Yolanda.
Welcome to Style and Glamour with Yolanda's. For a long time now, we've had some great shows for you, but today we have a show that's coming back that was here before about fragrances. And Roberta Andrade from her fragrance collection is here with us today to tell us about how she launched a new Supreme collection. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to see you again.
Now, you launched this at the Boca Bella Bistro restaurant, along with the chef there who owns the place, and he created all these wonderful, beautiful scents together.
That's right.
Feasts of senses, they called it.
That's right, yes. We launched the Collection Supreme on June 2nd this year, and we decided to have a different kind of launch. A lot of times launch parties are simply cocktails and champagne and,
right,
and one scent. Well, we were launching 4 scents, and we decided that we wanted to do something in a little bit more of an intimate sort of setting, and we found this great bistro in our own backyard, and a wonderful chef. His name is Mario Bocabella, and he is an absolute genius when it comes to food. So when I told him I wanted to do the launch at his restaurant and I wanted to have some sort of, thing to do with it, he said, why don't we put together food and cocktails that match each one of the scents? So what we did was we basically had a tasting pairing between the smell and foods for each one of the fragrances as we introduced them. It was wonderful.
Oh, that's fabulous. And now these are all brand new, just coming out.
That's right.
And we're going to have our model come out to kind of inspire you, because these senses inspire fashion, and they inspire women to look fabulous. Tell us about this.
All right. Well, the first one we have is a sensuality. Is actually it's a unisex scent. And it's a beautiful scent. I wanted to come up with something, first of all, that was something that somebody could wear under any circumstances, man or woman. And they.
It's unusual. You're saying they can't use this fragrance.
Yeah, that's right.
Amazing.
Yeah, because I'll spray a little bit for you so you can have a smell of it while we're talking about it. I wanted it to be something that was a beautiful sort of musky, woody, citrusy sort of smell. So it's not floral and it's not masculine. It's really something that sits in between, and it's something that everybody can wear, and it smells good it smells beautiful on women, and it smells very handsome on men. So that was the idea behind it, and it was really for someone who's really loves life and really embraces their life and wants something that they can wear under any of those circumstances. They can put on a beautiful dress, or they could put on their jeans and a t-shirt and be comfortable either way.
It's that kind of scent. It's not just, it's for every day, actually.
It's for every day.
Wonderful.
It's appropriate in so many different situations.
And our model looks beautiful in that dress.
She does.
And I think fashion and scent seems to go together. All the fragrances, it kind of guides you into the feeling of that beautiful scent around you.
It really does, and I think that fragrance is really an accessory of whatever else you're wearing and what your mood is and what the season is and all of those things that make you individual. It's like, how do I feel today? And so, I'm going to put on my beautiful orange dress like you have today.
Right.
Well, what do I want to wear with that beautiful orange dress? How do I want to smell?
So on my dresser, I can have all these different wonderful new collection there for me.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Geneva.
Now, tell me something. Who wears all this? You said men and women. What type of, is it for every woman?
We have a couple of different ones, and they are for every woman. And I kind of wanted to address, different types of women that may want to wear a fragrance, such as a sensuality, someone who's really not maybe a big fragrance wearer, someone who wants something that's a light scent that isn't too much of a statement. It's a statement.
Right.
confident, but it's also not something where it precedes you into a room. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to have a fragrance that precedes you into a room. It's just simply a matter of, what the occasion is and what the personality is.
It's interesting because my daughter made a statement one day to her husband, and she said, I know Mom was here because I know I could remember. I just remembered there was a scent in the house, that I was there. Now, I didn't think I wore it that heavy. That I was there, that feeling, that aura of that person.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It kind of identifies you somehow.
The signature of you.
That's right.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
that's really what you create.
Yes.
Now, how did you come up with the word supreme? I mean, I think of supreme, superior, supreme. Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, what I thought when I did this collection was I wanted to really, the first collection that we had done was all around nature and healing and the elements. And this one I really wanted it to be about human nature and human spirit, and about the resilience of human spirit and the resilience of people to be able to really live their lives authentically, regardless whether they have challenges or not. And I really wanted to come up with a collection that really spoke to that. And so I thought, well, what kind of a collection would that be? And I thought, well, it should be something that means something, extraordinary. And the word that came to mind was mm-hmm. I really, and as the collection is, we have essentiality, we have femme supreme, which is the woman's, the very feminine woman's fragrance, and then we have male supreme, which is the men's fragrance. So we really did want to, embrace that idea.
Now, how do you reach your audience? I mean, to find an audience out there you don't have big ads on television or anything, mm-hmm. so how do you reach an audience to let them know about this great collection?
Well, what we do is we're using social media and online types of presence. So we, of course, have our website, which is www.robertaandrade.com, all one word. And we also use social media. So we have this campaign where we actually have people that are ordinary people, not models, just ordinary people that are living their lives, right. having time with their families, playing with their pets, playing with their children, going to work, and they are our ambassadors and ambassadresses. How do you say?
Yeah,
that?
Probably.
Yeah, that are wearing the fragrance and taking pictures and sharing those back with us, and we're putting those out on Facebook and we're putting those on Pinterest so people can see people actually using the fragrance and experiencing it in their lives.
That's fantastic. Let's take a look at, now this is the title of this new one.
This is Femme Supreme.
Femme Supreme.
Femme Supreme, so supreme woman. And what I wanted to do with this one, unlike the Essentiality, which is a unisex one, I wanted this to be extremely feminine. I wanted this to be for, I thought about the really girly girl type of woman who really wants to smell that beautiful floral mm-hmm. type of scent, something beautiful and light, but
that is light.
Unmistakably feminine.
Very
unmistakably
light.
pretty.
On a day like this, it would be perfect.
Because it would really cut through all the heat and the humidity and give you a fresh feeling. And so that was the idea behind that. And so it's really for the woman who really likes that very feminine, type of presentation. But doesn't want that
heavy.
That's right. That's right. It's light. It's still very wearable in a lot of different situations. It's not going to be something where you're going to go with an intimate type of environment, because that's an important thing to do. You want to wear fragrance to match the occasion.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful scent.
That's delightful. It's very delightful and light and airy, and I think that's what I like about that. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, and the exception of our campaign ambassadresses for Femme Supreme, actually our beautiful model Geneva, who is a model, and she is actually one of our ambassadresses for Femme Supreme. So you'll actually be seeing Geneva on Facebook and in Pinterest in some of the
ads,
the moments that she's having while she's wearing the fragrance. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Geneva.
Now, what about critics? I mean, there's a lot of critics out there. When a new product comes out, everybody mm-hmm. critiques it. Is it going to make it? Is it going to do? And you're doing nothing but moving forward. Launching constantly. So
yeah. Well, what ended up happening was we decided to look at some of the bloggers, the perfume bloggers that are out there. There's a very big online presence for fragrance, and there's a lot of bloggers throughout the world that are always reviewing and looking at new fragrances. And we found this one blogger. His name is I'm going to mess up his name, Octavian Coffin. And it's a very interesting name.
Where is he from?
He's actually Romanian,
Okay.
but he's a Parisian, he's a Romanian Parisian. He lives in Paris.
Okay.
He's a perfume blogger and also a perfumer, a professional perfumer in Paris. So, he's very experienced. Well, we sent him some samples, and he wrote the most incredible review of one of the fragrances, which is the next one we're going to talk about, number 13. And the things that he wrote about it were just so amazing. I can't even express how I was so elated. I was in tears. And I actually brought a couple of the quotes. I'd like to read them.
Sure, please do
if
that.
it would be okay. So yes, Octavian Coiffon, and he said it was one of the most spectacular and unusual discoveries of this year from Boston. Number 13 is one of those classics with a beauty which cannot be forgotten. He called it a pure delight. And he went on to say, if you want a modern complex creation with no trend or note that can be named, then number 13 will do its magic on your skin. Just amazing. And he called it a pure delight and a golden perfume. I was just so stunned. I read it and I thought, geez, is he talking about what I created? And so flattered.
But you had to be that. And tell you that.
Well, and a professional perfumer
Exactly.
a professional perfume blogger who has smelled literally thousands and thousands of fragrances over the course of his career.
Well, we have number 3 ready, so let's
Number
take a look.
13.
Well, this is called 13.
Number 13,
Okay.
that's right.
Number 13, let's take a look.
Oh, thank you so much. And number 13 is, now this is a feminine fragrance, and this one is a very complex oriental. It has many different layers to it. It has all of the incense and the resins. It has the florals. It has the fruits. It develops on the skin over a long period of time. So you'll put that on, and 3 hours later, it will have evolved and changed, and it will
Really?
Yes, and it will stay on your skin all day long. I've put it on in testing on skin, and actually had it stay 24 hours later. I was still smelling little bits of it on my skin, little wafts of it, and it just develops and changes into this beautiful. It has facets, almost like a stone would have facets.
Right.
I would call this one it precedes you into a room. It's the one where you're going to wear the beautiful dress. You are going to command a room when you walk in.
And you do in bright red like her.
Yes, absolutely. And the idea being that you really want to make a statement. This is the fragrance that I would wear with the beautiful dress when I'm walking into some very, very formal type of a party or something like that, where I really want to have that very put together.
Make that fashion statement.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. So I really do love it.
I love it too. I think it's very bold and beautiful, and it's number 13 now. There's Chanel number 5, but here we are with yours as number 13.
Number 13 is my favorite number.
Is it?
It is. And also, I wanted it to be, again, this whole idea in the Collection Supreme about, having a resilience and beating the odds of anything that's going on in life and living your life authentically no matter what. And so it's kind of almost thumbing your nose at number 13 as a superstition and saying, you make your own luck, and a number means nothing. It can mean very good luck, in fact.
And you're saying odds. There you are with the odd number.
That's right. That's right. So number 13. So that's how it all came to be.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Geneva.
Now, you can buy these online.
Yes.
And now, how are they going to try out fee? Like, you go into a department store, there's girls over there waiting to give you a little test.
Mm-hmm. So we have samples online. Right now we have a regular sample size. You can buy the entire 4 for $4 online, and you'll get little vials. So you can test them all out for a little bit of money and see exactly what you like before you commit to a bottle. The other thing that we're doing is we have a little bit of a promotion going on, and we have it for your viewers.
Oh, well,
Yolanda.
tell us about that. That's about this new special gift, right?
Yes, it is. So we have the large bottles, which is a 100 milliliter bottle, and with any purchase of a 100 milliliter bottle, the buyer can also get what we're calling the Mini Deluxe Travel Collection, which will have one of these small
Testers.
It's a small 10 milliliter purse travel size bottle.
Okay.
Along with another 3 deluxe size samples of the rest of the collection in a nice little cosmetic pouch or a
So
little.
whatever mood you're in, you can for that one.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And that's $25 value, and that comes as your free gift with the purchase of
Now
a
you
large
just started
bottle.
that since you launched the Supreme.
That's right. And that special is going to go through the end of August.
That's amazing too.
Yeah.
Now the inspiration of this collection, we know you're behind all of this, but your inspiration to continually bringing up new fragrances, continually adding it with fashion and putting fashion with it to kind of make that fashion statement so people, whether they're the dramatic type or the lady that just stays at home or the lady that's a working woman, all can have that fragrance combined with her.
Yes. Oh, you mean as far as like a custom type
Right.
of fragrance too? Yes, I have done some custom work as well, and we still do those little workshops. We're going to be picking those up again when we'll actually have people come in and they can create their own unique custom scent if they want to do something like that. So we're going to continue to do that as well.
And it seems like you're pursuing now getting the men more involved. Now, I know that there's nothing nicer than a man coming to pick you up for a date or whatever, and he has that perfect fragrance on that. We don't call it a fragrance for a man. What do you call it? Scent?
Usually a scent or a cologne. I mean, it depends. You know, it really depends on the culture. It's interesting here. Yeah, men usually like to refer to their fragrance more as a cologne. So we'll call it a cologne. But in the case of this, they're all the same actual strength. They're actually eau de parfum strengths.
And for years, men didn't really, I mean, a few, what is it, Old Spice was probably what they ever used. That was the only
Spice,
thing they ever used,
English
right?
leather.
Right, English leather was one of them.
That's
That's right. But now they're into products like these.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I'm so happy to see that, you know, men in our culture and here in the United States are being more, you know, they're being more expressive with themselves. I think that's an important thing. And we actually created another one in the collection for men. It's called Mal Supreme.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I'll go ahead and say that for you if you.
Yes.
So Mal Supreme, again, you know, the idea of in the Supreme collection, and this was really meant to be a very clean, sort of outdoorsy sort of scent for men, something that a man could wear. Again, they could wear this to work, they could wear this with a suit, they could wear this with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, they could be outside, you know, doing whatever. In fact, our ambassador for Mal Supreme, we have some pictures of him on the Facebook page and on Pinterest. He's up in Alaska cooking on a little fire and everything, and he's having a great time, and he loves the scent. And it's just a nice, clean, masculine scent.
But you know, when you launch this, to be able to think with a restaurant, and he's creating these fabulous feasts to go along with the scents, was so. That was mostly your idea, is it?
It was actually his idea. He came up with it. He was so excited about the idea of having a launch at his restaurant. He was like, "Oh, I have an idea. What do you think about doing this?" And so he asked me. He said, "What do you think about doing that?" I was like, I think that could be really fun. So we collaborated. It was really, he took the lead on it. He's such a genius.
I wondered what the people that came to that function, because I know I missed it. I tried to make it and I was busy, but it was like